All right. The man card versus selling your soul. Terrence Howard said, once you give up your man card, you don't get it back. But what's really at stake isn't just masculinity, it's your soul. Let's take a look at this clip right here where Terrence Howard reveals some shocking secrets about Hollywood.
There's a short life in
Why,
the
why do you
acting
think that
world.
is? What the creative side is?
Well, because losing out money, you got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far.
So let's set this up. In this clip, Terrence Howard talks about Hollywood pressuring men to compromise who they are. It's deeper than just the roles of reputation, it's a battle for identity. And when you give up your values to fit in, there's not much left of who you truly are. You're not just trading a card, you're trading your core, you're trading your essence, you're trading who you are to gain something.
Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what Heath had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head. But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
Yeah, what is he talking about, man card? Because the first time I heard about losing your man card, so I'm not privy to. I know you can lose your reputation, you can lose who you are as a man. Nobody's having respect for you. Is that what he's talking about?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card,
Wait, I think he's talking about relations of the sexual nature.
you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
Now I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get.
He's yeah, right. He's like, hey, are you? Yeah, I'm saying exactly what you think I'm saying. The man card is symbolic, but that real loss is spiritual. Compromise doesn't just cost you pride. You can see it costs you peace.
Get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the Puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking.
Okay, so he's talking about the Puffy parties. He's been in Hollywood for a long time. What's the talk? Why bring this up now? One thing I can tell you is, Jesus said in Mark 8:36, what does it profit for a man? That's Mark chapter 8, verse 36. What does it profit a man to gain the world and forfeit his soul? So to me, it starts out as manhood, but it ends up, giving up eternity. Don't get snaked out your eternity. Don't get snaked out the mission. Don't get snaked out the reason why we're here. It's more than, sometimes they say the reason for the season. This is the reason for your breathing, right?
That there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Get punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
Dang. So what he's saying, when you go fluid, meaning you just going with the flow. There's a biblical verse about that where it says being tossed to and fro in the ocean. you're this way, you're that way, you have no substance. You're not worth anything to anybody, not even yourself. You have become a tool for people to utilize, and that's it. You're no longer a person, you're just a tool because you have no substance.
No matter what.
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing.
Man card. No matter any foundation to pull yourself,
that
it's
again.
gone. It's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card, no matter what.
Hey,
Man, I mean, one of the things you're seeing, you went to a whole different place.
yeah, you threw you threw Patrick. Yeah, hey Patrick, like wait, yeah, but I'm pretty sure he agrees.
Sorry.
No, I get it. So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything.
So here's somebody who's in the industry, knows what's going on in the industry, and is telling people, hey, these people are in here selling their soul for status. They're willing to compromise their everything they are to accomplish their dream. And when they accomplish their dream, they've lost their dream because of what they compromised. And I would encourage you to hold the line, stay rooted in truth. Because when you stand firm with God, you win even when the world says you lost. Because even when I lose, I win. No, I'm just. But yeah, even when the world can say you lost, but these people have won in your eyes, but they're lost because they truly lost.
I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process, I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place. What benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't.
I like how he's talking. He's cooking right there. As a man, 1,500 per heartbeat. Wow.
Trade that in, no matter what.
Yeah.
Hey, did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks, asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. And he's sitting there just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like,
that's super creepy. If I went to your house and he's pretty much telling you the vibe is off. Like you go to somebody's house, somebody's just acting like a weirdo creep. And a lot of times people will sit there and entertain that weirdo creepiness when if you just went to a regular person's house, you'd be like, okay, I'm leaving. And these people are staying there because they're like, well, this is the opportunity. This is that. You don't think that rich creep knows that? How many times is he like, okay, here's the game. Here's how long it takes. I'm not saying what he did or didn't do. I'm listening to Terrence Howard's Truth. And it sounds like a lot of the other chatter. So, hey, something to be listened to.
He wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. And I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more.
So see, he didn't even think that because he's not even on that level where you're like, hey, wait, what? Because it's not like Puffy's was openly gay, right? So he didn't even know. Okay, he's coming. Dude's a weirdo, very socially awkward. Hold on, something's on my microphone. Dude's a weirdo, socially awkward. So we are. His assistant's like, hey, bro, like, dang old boy trying to lay you down, and Terrence is like, okay, maybe that makes sense now. I didn't get it before because he's saying, hey, I want acting, I want help with acting, I want help with this, et cetera, et cetera.
More communication. Now you know to be hands off with somebody. A number of producers come in to make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you like, or looking at you like you're a woman.
Hey, that part. Looking at me like I'm a woman. Oh, man.
You know, when you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back.
Yeah.
It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing, and have lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
Amen to that. It does. And, you know, language alert for this one. The man card does mean everything. It's something to be coveted, not to be given away. And when you really think about it, it's crazy because you're giving away, you're putting stuff where stuff's not supposed to go, where, you know, it's part of a digestive system. So, I mean, that's number one is wild. So, and two, you're not even that way, and you're being that way just to get ahead. And yeah, I would say that that's not a definition of a man to me, for sure.
I had no idea.
Businesses because I don't.
And another thing that he said, yeah, he lost businesses because all money's not good money at the end of the day. Just because it's money don't mean it's good money. All money is not good money. That's true even when such a huge thing is on the line. Just in business period, all money's not good money. I won't, even when I was running my marketing company, and people would come back and they were a huge problem, and they were like, oh, I'll make a business decision that says, you know what? All money's not good money. This wasn't the time, the effort, the toxicity, the way that you get down, the way that you function. It ain't worth it. I could go and make money, and that's not me just picking and choosing emotionally. I could go find 4 great clients and spend the time I would have to spend on you to make a little bit of change. And I would walk away with my 4 clients a lot happier than I would with one client that's just miserable themselves and difficult, and doesn't live near the truth, live near truth's door, or doesn't venture down the road of reality. So I totally understand that. And even more so as a man, somebody's asking you to put, what you got on the line.
Bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit because the man card means everything.
I had no idea we're going to go this direction with the podcast. This is absolute. But listen, we've talked about it. We've had a lot of the guys on to talk about this stuff. Are you done with Hollywood because of this specific reason?
I'm still working. I still, I haven't made the money necessary to do all of the other stuff. So I still have to go and do the Chitlin circuit. I still have to do the job that I need to. But eventually,
the Chitlin circuit, that was a circuit. Does that circuit still exist? It was a comedian circuit. It's a circuit that everybody does to get their money in the U.S.
I've done what I set out to do, which was to redefine the universe. I've proven what I've set out to do, and that's why I have all the patents. Whether they evaluate it or not, that's up to them. But I've done the work and finished it. Now I can go on and do whatever else we need to do. Hi, everyone. My name is Terrence Howard. I'm an actor, but in the field of science also. So if you would like to connect with me, you can connect with me on Minect. The QR code is down below, and let's have a great conversation.
Yeah, Terrence Howard, PBD podcast, always putting out good content. Hold on one sec. PBD podcast always does some really, really good podcasts. They talk about a lot of things that I talk about. My channel's not directed strictly towards business, so when I do talk about business, the algorithm usually tanks it, which is crazy because I'm just, pretty much trying to give a Christian perspective, or better yet, somebody who believes in Jesus Christ that wants to talk about things in regards to life, situations, and things like that. But thank you guys for following along for this one.